What is up, everyone? TehCrono here, and welcome to another episode of our Maplestory solo progression. As you can tell from the title and also, well, the thumbnail, this is the fun episode. I have to do post commentary because when I recorded the footage, it was, well, like 6 in the morning. Everyone was asleep. So, real quick, one of the buffs that I have that you probably won't have is the MVP buff. But I think the Legion shop has I think it's like a Might buff, which is exactly the same thing. So, that's only different. Anyway, Vellum, I've actually just recently cleared him again today. Because I wanted to get him done before reset, which is in like 30 minutes. Because I would have wasted my reset coupon if I didn't do it. And I realize Vellum is easy. It's just, you gotta pay attention to where things are. But then again, that's pretty much every single boss in this game. Once you learn the patterns, it's just easy. Bon is, joke of a character. Pierre is actually a joke. It's just, once you learn what your class can and can't do and stuff, it's super easy. Anyway, something about Blaze Wizard though, to make this fight somewhat easier, what that makes it better, is one of our abilities, which is Phoenix Run. I think it's a third job ability. If you were to die, you are knocked back, immune to damage for like, I think 3 seconds. And that's a saving grace in this, because you get 1 free hit. Well, so instead of having 6 lives, well, 5 lives, you have 6. Just gotta make sure you don't screw up like I do most of the time. So Vellum himself, he has pretty much 2 types of attacks for himself. Now I'm not going to count the tails, which is the fireball attack, which, well, before like halfway. The fireball attack, which is instant kill, but if you stand behind him, you can never get hit. And also coming up. If he comes up, it can one-shot you. Actually, I don't think it one-shots you. It just does a lot of damage, but you just get hit by something else, which just kills you. But yeah. So if you're ever on one side, it's best to just use an iframe to get to the other side, or just go to the completely other side of the map, and you'll be fine from this fire thing. The other thing that's annoying is the tails. I think 5 spawn, as you see right here. I got killed and my Phoenix Run ability popped, so I get to live one thing. Don't go in the corner, because if Vellum is facing pretty much left, yeah, and he's shooting fireballs, or even just there, you can't jump towards him because there's gonna be a tail there. And you can't move because it's going to tell. It's just being in the corners just sucks. Anyway, you also have to watch out for the rocks, because they will stun you. Now, if you get hit by a rock and then a tail spawns below you, you should have enough time to get out. But if not, well, that's a death right there. Another thing that we have to focus on with the Blaze Wizard is we do have the teleporting skill, which I don't remember what the skill is called, but you can cancel a lot of abilities. So I know I don't remember what the skill is called, but the little fireball that travels slowly across the map, you can cancel that. You can cancel a lot of animations with that, which is good. But sometimes you might teleport back into a spot because you're panicking, and then whoop, there's a tail there, and you get hit. Another ability I need to make note of for Blaze Wizards is the Crucible. I think that's what it is. I don't remember the whole thing. But the little red ring we put on the ground that increases our attack speed and final damage. The thing that sucks about Blaze Wizard, most of its skills require you to stand still, or stand in a certain location to get the max damage. And Infernosphere, which is one of our 5th job abilities, we want to stand there. Well, you're stationary. When you use Flame Savage, or Savage Flame, you're also stationary. It's just most of your moves are stationary, and if you do a move, you're stuck in an animation, and then you get hit by a tail, and it's just not fun. Luckily, your main mobbing skill, which is orbital flame and the orbital inferno, you can move and jump. So using the crucible is good for final damage, but you're not going to stand on top of it for very long, because right here I have to jump off of it because a tail spawning. And yeah, his second attack, I think he starts using it once he's around this amount of health. It's one of his other attacks you can use, which, yep, these little lightning bolts, they do a ton of damage. If you get hit by one, you pretty much get one shot, but you don't really. If you get hit by a lightning bolt, you take a lot of damage, then you fall on top of the green lightning or whatever, and you take dot damage, which that would end up killing you, but you could just spam potions, because unlike, you know, Magnus, Damien, I think, Lotus, I think Lotus has it, I'm not sure. They have the whole, whatchamacallit, potion lock thing. Again, you never want to go in the corner because of that. A tail was spawning on top of the first tail and on top of me, so I had no way out. But hey, our first technical death was about 50%, which is good, really good. Another plus side for Blaze Wizards is that each of the tail counts as a different mob. So if I use any ability that can put the debuff Ignite on them, that's one stack, and then once you get up to 6 stacks, you have, well, fully stacked charge, so you can use Flame Charge, well, Savage Flame at fully charged, which is great for more maximum damage. And the new 5th V, which is called Salamander Mischief, whenever you use that, it will hit a target you attacked, and it'll bounce off of that target. And once he does that, I think once he gets up to 16 stacks, you get increased magic attack. And yeah, anyway, we lost a life instantly. So we didn't do as much damage. It's best to try to do as much damage as you possibly can. Something I like to do is, if he's on like the other side, jump to the other side and just rebuff everything. Then he starts using the fireball, and as long as you're far away, he will not hit you. I think this is where I realized that, yeah, the reward point is in the way. It's normally not in the way because it's only in the way because the coin shop. And all you have to do is just slowly chip away at his health. That's all you really have to do. And also, whenever you bind him, after a couple, like, while I say get away, because some reason, whenever he gets out of bind, he just disappears and then comes back up. And sometimes he can come out of the ground and just kill you instantly. And this is his last attack, which is he's taking a deep breath. If you stand still, eventually he will start pushing you towards where he is, and you're fine. So you can tell where he is. Or you can jump to the other side and guess right or wrong. Luckily, well, actually, when he does the fire breath, or the hyper beam, it does push you away, but if I use Infernal Sphere, I'm stuck in the air. I don't have to worry about it. So it's a free thing. And there's also a downside. My first attempt of doing this, I jumped high enough that I couldn't see the ground anymore. And I started using the Inferno Sphere ability. And when it got done, I couldn't see that the tail was popping up, and I ended up dying. And it was my last life too, and I was so sad. I think I got him around this health, like where he is right now. Oh, also, when he goes back underground, he can push you away. So yeah, if you're on the other side, you can still make it. It's just, if you get hit by a rock, you're pretty much dead if you get hit along the way. I think thieves with dark sight are immune to rocks. So you just go dark side and jump across the map and be completely fine. Now, I did originally record this already, but I forgot to mention a couple things, so I had to re-record. And I know some people probably would have loved the live commentary, but like I said, it was early in the morning, and I just couldn't record because people were asleep. If I was in the basement like I used to be, which I actually plan on moving back down there, not for like as my room, but just a way so I can record. I can record a lot more often because I just hate recording in this room because I feel like everyone's just, a lot of people just make noises, especially now we have 3 dogs in the living room and they like to, well, bark a lot. It's not fun. Anywho, luckily for me, well, Infernosphere does a lot of damage, so, but the thing is, you run out of stacks way too fast. I felt like there was nerfing at something with Blaze Wizard, but I don't remember what it was. Yeah, like right there, I took the dot damage and the lightning bolt and still lived. If you just keep spamming potions, you're pretty much fine, but I got stunned and then a tail spawned. Now, if you're using no Legion and Link skills, this fight can be a lot more challenging because I have the Link skill for, what is it? The Resistance Link skill. So whenever you come back to life, you're immune to damage for, I think for right now, I was at level 6. So I was immune for 6 seconds. Now that I have level 8, I'm immune for 8 seconds. I think the max level is 10. Or was it 8? I don't remember. In one of the runs I did today, I only had to hit him a couple more times, but I used my iframe. It did not register that I used it, and I died on my last life, and I was so mad. But I'm glad I was able to finish it today. And now it's going to reset in a couple minutes. I can do it again tomorrow. But yeah, that's pretty much about it for Vellum fight. Once you learn the pattern and like what you have to do to stuff, he's actually not that bad. Of course, the 200% boss damage I have, plus like the 90% ID I have, kind of probably adds more to it. One boss that I know that some people can probably do now is Magnus. I can do Magnus, but I just die to the most stupidest ways. So that just, you know, and if I die, I have to rebuff, unless I have buff freezes, and I really don't like spinning things like 150 mil. Is it 150 mil? Yeah, I jumped to the wrong side, and I still had enough time to get over, which I could have just teleport back. I just don't know wherever that thing is. I lose track and actually despawned anyway, so it didn't matter. I think it was right around here. I did something that screwed. No, I think I got hit by a rock, which stunned me, and then I got hit by a tail. Oh, I was like, why did that only last like 2 seconds? No, that's why I jumped back into it. Right here, I started to panic. I'm on my last life. I know for a fact I'm going to screw up somehow. I'm going to fat finger ability. I'm going to somehow die. Like right there, if I didn't have the resistance buff, I would have got stunned, hit by a firebolt, and die. And I didn't learn. Being in the corner sucks. But I think I got lucky, and he started taking a deep breath. And I was like, oh yeah, I can just easily kill him here. And they defeated Chaos Vellum for the first time. This is actually the first time I ever beat Vellum, and I was so excited. My reaction is pretty much the same as my Von Bon. Because like with Pierre, I kind of knew I could beat him, and Queen, I knew for a fact I could beat her because I did a practice run. Hence why I don't like doing practice runs. I like to do an actual run and see if I can get it. And the downside is I only got 5 pieces of the medal. which kind of sucks. And even after I got today, I have 12 pieces. I need 3 more to be able to use the thing. And the rest of this clip is, there was a Black Friday sale, and they had a cube sale, so I bought some cubes and I decided to re-cube a lot of stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So the series is now officially over. The goal was to solo progress up until CRA. Of course, it was bumpy. It started off with no Legion, no Link skill, but halfway through I said, nah, screw it, I'm just going to use Legion Link skill. And it made it a lot more easier, but at the same time, still challenging. You can do it without Legion and Link skills. It's not impossible. It's just harder. But yeah, series was a bumpy one. We finally finished it. I think it started 5 months ago. Should have been done 2 months ago, if anything. But I was just too lazy. But we got it done. Before I end off the episode, there's a couple things I want to thank. First off, Blaze Wizard isn't going anywhere. We're going to be doing more solo progression. Well, not solo progression. It's going to just become a progression. And I might end up doing, like, I don't know. We're going to do probably some struggle runs with, like, Lucid, maybe Lotus and Damien. Or I might just do solo progression still. But pretty much we're going to be focusing on progressing with our Blaze Wizard. And also we're going to have a new series with a new secondary main. Well, potential secondary main. With that, which should be going up Sunday at least. Sunday or Monday. And as for solo progression, that's what I wanted to ask you guys. I know I said to vote for it, and people voted for High Auto. I recorded like 2 videos, did not enjoy the class. And if I don't enjoy the class, the series is just going to be not fun. And I also said Night Lord after Blaze Wizard. Well, I made a Night Walker, and just to get good stuff on a Night Lord, I feel like it's just going to be annoying because you have to do Phantom Force, which is not fun. So that brings me to the thing is, do you guys like solo progressions that start at level 1, or do you guys not mind if it starts at 140? Because if it starts at level 1, I have like 6 classes I can choose from. But if I do 140, I have pretty much every class in the game. And there's actually a couple, some of them I actually kind of want to do. But it's at 140, so. But I feel like it still counts. So if you guys don't mind that, then the next solo progression, I have an idea of what I want to do. The second thing I want to mention is, would you guys be down for like a live stream solo progression? Where I just sit down, live stream, and all the stuff we do can only be done through live stream. So no off-screen stuff, everything has to be done through streaming. Which could be fun. I'll be entertained, like, interact with you guys and stuff. And like, there's a whole bunch of different series ideas. A dual progression sounds like kind of fun, having 2 people, but I don't have anybody to do that with. I don't have any Maple friends, and my brother hates doing YouTube, so. But a little fun fact, I think I mentioned this a couple times. This series was originally going to be a Luminous, but Converse, I think that's what her name is, started doing her Luminous, and I was like, well, I don't want to do the same thing, so I went to Ho Young. I didn't really like Ho Young, but once I got to 4th job, I loved it. But that was after I recorded 1 video and chose to just do Blaze Wizard. So yeah. And to be honest, if it wasn't for like the 2 solo progressions, I think it was like Eden and Converse, who were like the only 2 people doing solo progressions back then. I watched theirs and I'm like, I want to do one, and here I am now. There's a lot of content creators now. One I look up to now, which they started after I did, but still really cool content creator, which is the Paladin. I just cannot pronounce his name. It's like, I actually have his channel right here. It starts with an H. It's like Halifaxia or something. I don't know. But his content is really good. If you guys want to check his stuff out. After I saw him finish his, I was like, you know what? I can finish mine. And here we are today. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this series. We'll be back with more, and I'll see you guys later.